Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. Continuing from the last episode, I'll continue covering levels that were submitted to Retro Redux, starting off with this one. Nightman Redux by Remix Genius, with 21 plays and a score of 0. If you're interested in seeing what this challenge's rules were, check out the topmost link in the description below. Also, as always, the full disclaimer of this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all the levels I cover in these parts, so if you want to check for levels covered, expand the description. Oh, I was supposed to wait for this. There should have been a better indication of this. Same with here. Why does it take so long for it to get back up? It should come back up faster. Something's hidden to the left, I know it. Well, this has turned into a fortress level, as these were introduced over a bottomless pit. I don't know about you, but this doesn't really feel like Nightman's stage. It feels like a fusion between Yamato Man's stage and a custom level. Oh sure, I'm enjoying this level, but it doesn't really feel like a redux of the original stage. There could have been a secret hidden to the right there. That'd be a perfect place to put it, as in order to get there you need a jet adapter. I say that this was okay to decent. Second up is Quicker Man by Babyjeff, with 44 plays and a score of 12. And I don't have access to sliding here. Plus I don't have access to either the flash stopper or bright stopper, or even the time slow. There is more time to react, and even if you're too slow, it's not instant death. If you wanted to replicate the original, at least add some blackout blocks. They'd be somewhat of a substitute. A checkpoint before the second section of force beams. And this is different compared to the original. As long as you keep running forwards, it isn't too bad. I would have expected this stage to force you to go faster, based off of its name. It's called Quicker Man after all, but it feels slower than the original Quick Man level. We even get a free E-Tank here, and that was no challenge whatsoever to get. Maybe not no challenge whatsoever, but a minimal challenge. And that's it, I guess. This stage was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Honestly, I feel if the original Quick Man level was this hard, then most players wouldn't complain about the stage. Third up is Pharaoh Man Strikes Back by Excalibur Emerald, with 32 plays and a score of 10. I wonder what level was the most commonly used one for Reduxes. Pharaoh Man appears to be one of the more common choices. Either I'll get the skull barrier later on in the level, or I missed it. Well, might as well check it now. It probably would be down here, I guess. And it is. Good thing I died then. No other pit in this stage looked rather suspicious, so I had to check that first sand pit. And by taking the upper route, I gained access to item 1. That was well worth it. And the two pathways link up over here. Good thing I have the skull barrier to make this section a bit easier. These spinning tops move a lot faster than the original Pharaoh Man platforms, I'll say. What could be up there? You can only take this route if you have access to the skull barrier. More E&M tanks, as well as full refills of everything. And that's it. I say that this was an okay to decent Redux, and I like how it has some secrets and alternate pathways if you explore, and you are rewarded for exploration. Nothing more I can say about the stage other than the fact that it was fun, although I say that the upper pathway was easier than the lower pathway. Forward up is Remix Cossack Tree by Jevedor, with 26 plays and a score of 2. I think in the original this was an auto-scrolling level. Can't get it that way, I was hoping I could sneak through. I'll have to get it from below. Badly timed that one. This detour was worth the effort though. It probably has the boss's weakness. I wasn't expecting this stage to have so many jumps taking place over bottomless pits. It makes the stage feel a lot more tense compared to the original. I guess these alterations were made to make up for the lack of auto-scrolling. In terms of being a fortress level, I say it's decent, though in terms of difficulty, it's on the above average side, and I wish this stage had more checkpoints too. I don't really need that many checkpoints, maybe just one extra one. Right now it works out, but if you die you can lose a notable amount of progress, especially if you're not that skilled. And remember, don't try sliding off the Cossack platforms, it's very inconsistent. No matter what, I'm forced to take a hard decision. I'll take the lower pathway after damage boosting. Thank you, RNG. At least the stage knows how to place the pickups. So many precarious jumps here. This is one of the harder levels that was submitted to this level design challenge. It does have a nice difficulty progression, I say, starting at easier and gradually getting harder. But boy, does it get quite harder. It's definitely well put together, but I don't recommend it unless you are an average to above average skilled Mega Man Maker player. That E-Tank over there was somewhat of a freebie, but considering how difficult the stage was, it was worth it. Of course, he doesn't have a weakness, or I missed a weakness. I don't know what happened there. I was trying to walk, but nothing was happening. Nevertheless, it was over. It was a well-designed but above-average difficulty for this level. Currently my favorite level this episode. Fifth up is Skull Redux by Overswarm, with 24 plays and a score of 1. The initial sets feel a bit strange, but they work, I guess. I just feel the way the tiles are placed is a bit odd, but that's just me. And we're missing a background for some reason. I wish it wasn't pitch black. Could we have a checkpoint nearby, please? Thank you. Now I'll go back and get the D-tank. Challenges in the previous section were getting a bit repetitive, but at least they ended. Surprise shield attacker there. And here. Probably one down over here. I feel some of these sections could be compressed a bit, or add some more variety in terms of visual terrain. The same foreground tile set has been used since the start of the level, and I feel there could be more variance in terms of that. Basically, what I'm saying is that this stage is starting to get a bit monotonous. It feels some of the challenges are too long and repeating themselves, compared with the previous level which had more variance in terms of challenges. It does try to vary things up, I just wish they were a bit more compressed, and perhaps more enemies could be added. I think the lack of diversity in terms of enemies is the main problem, as this stage only has 4 enemy types shown. The shield attackers, those up and down enemies, the batons, and of course all the skeleton joes. Could we have some spines or other types of enemies? Oh yeah, and also the skull mets. At least the checkpoint placement is on point, fairly spaced apart from each other. So this stage is over. Once again, I feel I could do better with more variation in terms of enemies and terrain, and adding a non-pitch black background. Nothing more to say about this stage. It was below par to okay. Sixth up is Sparkman Remix by DoctorLumen, with 50 plays and a score of 16. The rating makes this stage look promising. So let's see how good it is. Nice introduction to the Peter Cheese, Sparkman platforms, and the Electraps, as well as the lyrics and these conveyor belts, introducing them in isolation and gradually escalating them. Maybe not complete isolation, but in safe environments. This section wasn't too bad, but it will gradually get harder. I need to keep this bottom dust block intact so I can reach the E-tank. And for this part of the level, you are forced to use Rush, so it turns it into a Fortis level of sorts. Now, I know in a few stages in Mega Man 3 you are forced to use Rush Coil, but in future Mega Man titles, you are forced to use utilities in order to proceed onwards in Roadmaster stages. In Fortress stages maybe, but in regular Roadmaster levels, no. I can see why the stage got a positive score. It has some creative setups, though I wouldn't rate it as highly. In terms of all the levels I played in this episode so far, I rate this in the upper half. It's certainly varying up the enemies, terrain, and the gimmicks. It doesn't feel monotonous, and each of the sections have the right amount of length to them. I feel an average skilled Mega Man Maker player can complete the stage reliably. Overall, a very solid level. At the very least, it's decent to almost good. I say it's decent. So the 7th and final level of this episode is The Wooded Cave by DasCollapse, with 28 plays and a score of 4. And this stage isn't too long, thankfully. At most 30 to 40 screens long. Usually I like if there is somewhat of a challenge to get it. This was just a freebie. It's not like it's a pile of bullets lying around. This was a short to medium length level, and it didn't really do much with its darkness gimmick. It did use it throughout at least half the level as well as this boss arena, but still it could have been developed a lot more. So I say that this was a below par to at best an okay level. So overall, out of the 7 levels I covered in this episode, my favorite one would be Remix Cossack Tree by Jevedor, with an honorable mention going to Pharaoh Man Strikes Back by Excalibur Emerald. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!